Okay, Karibuni boys and girls, good people, welcome to another installment of Comic Diaries. This time we brought you someone who's running away from a draft. They're drafting people, there's a war going on, but this guy decided to flee and come through to Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, the very funny Tyler Hall.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Karibu.
It's safe. We're out of Iran's range here.
Is that true?
I just looked up on the flight website. I was like, where can they not hit? And everything here is good.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Dubai, not Qatar though. They're hitting them every day.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all your cousins who are working there. Yeah.
Ooh, there's people, but there's a lot of Kenyans there working in like hotel and stuff.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, I want to flee. And they're like, well, you can't have your passport back. You got to stay and clean up all the rubble.
Is that true?
Yeah, they keep their passports. It's like modern day slavery or whatever.
They keep...
That's what I hear called on the radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They keep their passports, so you cannot...
This is what I heard. Because Ruto was saying, like, you gotta...
Who?
Your boss, Ruto.
Okay.
Your number one god.
Our beloved man.
Kenya's Trump.
Yes.
Was like, if you guys want jobs, you should go to Dubai, you should go to Qatar.
That's what he said.
That's where Kenyans can thrive. But if you go there, you get brought by an employer. You can't get a job anywhere else. They take your passport.
Wait, you can't get a job anywhere else?
You're sponsored by the hotel or the airport or whoever brought you there.
So you can only work for them?
You can only work for them. So if you hate it or they're abusive or they're shitty,
you're fucked.
You gotta stay. And then they have your passport and they pay you and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, there used to be a model to take Africans to work for one employer. It was the slave trade. Like,
it used to exist in a different form. I remember they used to call it something like...
And I think the leaders used to sometimes sell them into it. So I don't know, Ruto's kind of on the same shit.
All right, Ruto is on some weird shit going on.
But I'm praying for them there. I think all the Americans evacuated. All the influencers got out of Dubai.
For real?
Yeah.
People are not like influencing
it was
like
scary.
the Burj Khalifa, none of that anymore. But what's up with the war thing? Like, first of all, there's two... Why are you guys at war?
I think it's like we feel more relaxed when we're at war, you know?
You feel more relaxed when you're at war.
You know, I think peace is like being single. Like, it's good for a little bit. Yeah. But then at some point it starts to itch that you want to be killing someone. That's like the American way.
You want to be destroying someone's life.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we like had a little hookup with Maduro. I think that made Trump feel like, I can get back out there again. Yeah. And then he was like, what if I got in a real relationship? What if I started a full war? So Jesus. I think that's like just how this is how American politicians are. They always want to be bombing somebody.
This is like, I'm watching, you know that Chinese guy who's making predictions on the internet?
No. What has he predicted?
He predicted you guys might lose the war.
Wow.
It will be like extremely detrimental to the US.
Have we ever lost a war and admitted it? That's the thing.
The admitting it is the part.
Yeah, like rather than lose in Afghanistan, we just stayed for 20 years until everyone was like bored. So I think it's, we don't take the L.
So you're basically saying like, what does losing look for you?
Yeah, because it's like they move all the goalposts. I think that's why Trump like, people can't really understand like what's the point of this war, because you ask him and he'll say like a different thing every time. Yeah. So then you can't say you lost if you're like at first they like bombed everybody, killed the leader, and then he got on TV and was like, now is your best time to take over your country, Iran. And then he changed his mind. He's like, no, it's not that. It's going to be like...
So the president was going to stop at the death of the Ayatollah.
They killed the Ayatollah, and then he was like, Iran, go take over your country, which is so funny. It's like if I drove a car through the front of your house, and then I was like, now's a great time to renovate. Like, go ahead. You can finally replace those windows you always hated.
Yeah. It's you can finally make that change you've always wanted.
You just blew up all this shit. You like blew up a school. You blew up these oil tankers. And then he's like, Viva la Revolution.
What's up with that guy? What's up with Trump all of a sudden? He used to be like
kind of a peaceful guy. Yeah. No, I mean, after Trump won, we used to be like, I used to say to my friends, I mean, people hate Trump, but I was like,
people hate him?
Yeah, I mean, people in my world hate him. And it's like, yeah, I still don't think he's the worst president because he hasn't killed a bunch of people. Like, Bush killed like so many people in Iraq and Afghanistan. So you're like, yeah, Trump was really bad, but like his body count was low. And now Trump too, he seems like he's trying to compete with George Bush. He's trying to be like, yeah, he you know, I think he doesn't like losing any contest, including most murderous president ever.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
But it just felt like the war came out of nowhere. One day you guys are chilling, you've snapped up Maduro from Venezuela. The next, you've invaded there's missiles going into Iran.
Don't underestimate the power of Bibi Netanyahu bringing you a gift.
That's another thing.
Yeah, he was just, I don't know what it was, but I think like he DoorDashed Trump his favorite hamburger, and suddenly Trump was like, let's do it.
How come he's able to convince him to do almost everything?
I don't know.
Because
I mean, he seems easy to manipulate. Like, you
Trump.
probably didn't see this news story, but there was this Honduran president who was put in American prison for drug trafficking. The same thing they picked up Maduro for.
Yeah.
For the president, like, helping drug trafficking.
Yeah.
It was a really good case. They put him away. This guy writes Trump a letter from jail and is like, I love you, Trump. I'm like the Trump of Honduras, but they persecuted me.
Oh,
you should let me out.
Appealing to his ego and stuff.
He lets him out the next week. Just lets this guy out of prison, and he goes back to Honduras. It's like he's so easy to manipulate. It's just tragically easy. If you're willing to sort of debase yourself.
But 1 minute he was like a true representation of what the Americans wanted and how they felt. They were all right.
We wanted power, money, and no war, right?
Yeah, they wanted the old America, no war. We want peace. We want jobs for especially the blue collar white guys. But now it's war again, man.
Yeah.
The Chinese guy I'm telling you about.
Yeah, what did he predict? That we're going to lose?
He predicted you guys are going to lose.
Okay, I'll take it.
And soon they'll be it's not just going to be missiles and drone strikes. It's going to be boots on the ground in Iran.
Oh, we're going to put... So that's... Yeah, I am escaping the draft.
Yeah,
Man, I would
that's
never,
you being there.
I would never, ever... I'm going to run across the border to Canada in a second.
You wouldn't fight for your country?
No, it's not an ethical thing. I'm just a pussy.
This
could be the most important war ever, you know?
Comedian lifestyle.
This could be to stop a genocide, and I'd be like, nope. I'm I just don't want to. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be dirty. I don't want to be away from my phone.
But there's aspects of war that don't involve being at the war front. What
do you mean? I work in the back office?
Yeah, you can be in logistics
I can fold
and stuff.
Laundry.
Oh, you think that's even more bitch
I still think I'd be scared. Because once they buzz your head and they get your number, they can send you wherever they want, you know? Look, have you seen the Russia-Ukraine thing? They're probably finding they're getting guys out of their wheelchair to go fight on the front lines in Russia. They'll throw bodies at anything in the war. So you might get the logistics job.
Yeah.
You think you're doing IT for the drones.
Yeah. You're behind the computer saying, okay, let's put this there.
AI, and then suddenly they're like, okay, we need you.
But if you make it clear, you've just done 2 minutes ago and say, hey, I'm a pussy.
I'm a pussy.
Put me in
Every
logistics.
day I go to work with a hat that says, pussy, do not draft.
So it's it's counterproductive if they take you to war. So they'll just keep you at the back.
Yeah, I think they just want bodies. Anyways, I don't know. I think also Americans, the worst thing we can do is put boots on the ground. We haven't had an army do anything in so long. People don't realize how fat and lazy and selfish everyone is in America. I think we'd be so bad at this. Everyone watches these movies from World War II where Americans were so brave and shit, but that's not the Americans today.
Really?
I think you tried to drive Americans, it would be a nightmare.
But the perception is you guys are the baddest.
That we're tough. No, but the average American drives from his house at the end of his driveway to get his newspaper and drives back to his house. We're so lazy. We're so lazy. Yeah, I think it would be pretty embarrassing.
Sheesh. All right. Hopefully, it doesn't escalate. What do you think, personally, about are you annoyed?
I don't get it. I mean, it's they act like they're so proud. It's what did they accomplish? They killed an 86-year-old man. They paid $10 billion to kill the 86-year-old Ayatollah.
They paid how much?
This has been $10 billion already on this war.
10 billion.
Yeah, to kill.
War cost that much.
So far, 2 weeks of war, $10 billion. It's crazy, and we don't have health care. So. Anyway, I'm also he's 86. Pneumonia can kill an 86-year-old. You don't need to fucking
natural causes will take him away if you leave.
Yeah. It's just you could have just had a guy open his window at night so the draft killed him. It's just what the hell? It's so embarrassing. They don't know what they're doing.
So most Americans are against the war.
I think
pretty much.
I think even his supporters are confused because if you try to explain the war to Trump supporter, they're like, "What's wrong with Iran? Oh, they have a lifetime leader. Well, we have one of those too. Oh, what? They don't give women rights. Well, I like that too. It's
oh, it doesn't make sense.
I feel like it's if they read Iran, they'd probably be like, yeah, this place is pretty cool actually. It's hard to make them a boogeyman. What have they ever done to America? I can't think of any. I mean,
they were not an imminent threat, which is what the government made them out to be.
Yeah. I mean, they in the 70s, they were good. They used to kidnap Americans. They held that plane hostage and stuff. But
Iran?
Yeah, they held an airplane. You didn't hear about this?
Where was this?
This is a big thing in the 70s.
Where was the
Tehran? In Tehran.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I'm thinking
for
about
150 days or something.
Really?
Yeah. But that was
Was
like,
this when they were having their uprising?
it was after after they had the Shah and then blah, blah, blah. But that shit's 50 years old. You know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
really too far.
It's old beef. Old beef.
God damn.
But that's our thing. We don't want any friends anymore.
You don't want any friends?
No,
Israel is your
Americans don't
friend.
want any friends. No, it's like everyone who was ever our friend, we're just like, fuck you. I don't know.
Like who?
Canada, all of Europe.
Oh shit, that's true.
We're like such an asshole to India.
But you're very close to like Israel.
Yeah,
damn.
Israel like seems like the worst friend you could make. It's like, who's the smallest bully in the world who everybody hates? I'm gonna sit with that guy at lunch. Like, it's like, I don't understand.
Why are they so fucking effective at whatever it is they
They're
do?
very good. I can't say too much. You say too much, they'll say that you don't like the Jewish people.
Yeah,
And I say,
immediately turns
my
to that.
girlfriend's Jewish,
Yeah.
and some, so I can't.
So it's like a weird. It's one of those things that's a bit weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, as you start saying something like, "Well, Israel's so good at controlling everyone," and then suddenly it sounds like
now you're
talking about this
conspiratorial
kind
and
of
stuff,
thing,
yeah.
and you're like, no, they're just assholes. So I think that's one of their powers. Is like, it's hard to call them out for what they are, without being said that you're kind of racist.
So what
like,
is-
imagine if Obama was a bad president. If I'd gone around being like, well, he's doing a bad job, people would be like, you're racist. And I'm like, no, but he just,
He's horrible.
It's
The
like
policies
same
are not
thing with
working.
Israel. Like, you're like, they're doing terrible things, and you're like,
How does someone get into that space where like you can't like just even criticize or have bad PR? It feels like there's people who exist in that area, and
Well, I
Obama
think
is also one of them.
it's not I mean, the trick is go through some of the worst things ever in the world, like the
Go through an
Holocaust.
atrocity, then be like a
go
perpetual
through
victim.
slavery, and then creates an interesting power dynamic. But I feel for Israel too. I mean, I have like friends who are Israeli in New
Yeah.
York, and like, they don't feel good about it. Like they would like to be proud of their country, and it's pretty tough.
What does an end of a war look like, though? Like, what signaled the end of World War II, if I can remember?
Well, you got them to sign the armistice. So the Germans and the Japanese gave up, and the Italians gave up, and they signed a piece of paper that was like, "We suck, you're in charge." But like, war doesn't really end that way anymore. Like, you just sort of bomb people, and then like the Ukraine and Russia war is like, they've been at the same point on the border for like 2 years, just killing each other
Constantly.
but nothing's moving. And the way it's probably going to end is they're going to like finally get so exhausted that they're going to come to the table and agree to this new border that Russia took. So it won't be like anyone won or lost. It'll just be like,
Casualties.
it'll just be like, I stole like a little bit of your land,
How's Ukraine still holding? Even like, it looked like Russia would.
I feel like they're bad motherfuckers. Those guys know how to
Ukrainians.
fight.
Ukrainians.
Yeah, they're not like the Americans. Like, everybody in Ukraine is like, seems to be ready to fight. They got ladies in the army, the whole thing. It's like,
They've got women in the Ukrainian army.
Yeah.
There's Kenyans being drafted and recruited to
into
go fight.
Russia.
Yeah.
I know, but they're getting tricked. It's like
Yeah, they're getting tricked. You
They
don't
sign
know.
up for a job, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, the job wasn't just IT; it's actually going to die on the front lines in Russia." Yeah. It's
Yeah, I wouldn't fight also.
Also, it's so ironic. Like, Africa's full of Russian mercenaries, and now they're filling Russia with African mercenaries. It's like switched,
Sheesh.
because Russia's like, they fight. A lot of the coups in West Africa are done by Russian mercenaries.
It's like a job to be a mercenary.
Yeah, for sure. You looking for a job? Do you have a job?
No.
Is this a job?
This is the gig.
Who pays for this?
Me.
Do I have to pay for this?
No, you don't have to pay for
Okay,
anything.
good.
You're American.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's free for me.
Everything is. Listen, the white privilege, having you on here is enough.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
this might be your most watched episode. What was your most
Not
watched?
sure.
Who was your most watched?
Kiss Yangani.
Oh, well,
And
he's,
then-
yeah. If I got on Churchill, then people would watch me. But I tried to get on Churchill.
Do you know who Churchill is?
Yeah, of course. One of
Uh-huh.
my dreams was to be on Kitchen television, and Kisangani used to open for Churchill, right?
He
was the warm up,
Yeah, he used to do the warm up there. Yeah, that's
and
true.
I was like, I think it was last year I came and I was like, I'm gonna go and audition and get on Churchill.
Okay.
And I got here and they were like, Churchill shut down, like right when I was gonna.
Oh,
try.
you got late because there's a period when he came back
Yeah, but then he went away
and
again.
then he went away again.
So I can't. It's like,
What would have been
it's
your
like
jo-
my bucket list.
What would have been your joke to be like an icebreaker for the Kenyan audience? What would you have said?
I feel like I use that joke where I come out and I'm like, I'm from New York, but I don't like doing stand up there. There, I'm just another white guy. But here, I'm a Mzungu with a dream. And then people always like that joke.
People love that.
Yeah. And then talk about that Mzungu shit.
But you see, like the audience in Churchill show, it's very like half of them are like drunk. They don't want like intricate, like creative jokes. They just want like
What do they want? What's the best?
pander to them a
What's
bit.
your opening Churchill joke?
If I went to Churchill,
Yeah.
I probably make an Arsenal and Manu joke
Okay.
because a lot of
Okay, they
people
like Premier
resonate with
League?
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just probably say something like, check Manu na Arsenali. Arsenali hamtashinda ligi. Just banter a little bit.
Yeah.
No
okay.
structure
I'm
to
gonna look
the
at the
joke.
subtitles later on this to know what you just said.
I didn't make a joke or anything. I just said like my Manchester United might, pull a fast one,
Yeah.
just
right.
pander to them. No structure to the
Pander.
joke. Nothing.
If I'd gotten on, I would have hired you as a ghostwriter for my appearance. But
Kisiangani is also good. He mastered that audience.
yeah, he knows them well.
Yeah.
But he's gone. So who's the new Churchill?
Who's the new Churchill? I
Yeah,
don't think
who's
we
the,
need like a Churchill.
You need like a late night show that put people on who are funny, right?
I think a lot of people watch Obina's show. He's very popular right now.
Can I get on it? How do I get on Obina's show?
What would you want to talk about?
I don't know. You've seen my
He'd
set.
have you on for sure. What do you do for a job now? in Kenya?
What do you think I do? White guy in Kenya?
It's a startup.
That's a good guess. Second guess, what is it?
NGO.
Yeah, exactly. An NGO. Third guess, arms dealer. Those are the three things.
What does the NGO deal with? I think that could be like you're in to talking to Obina, and then you can add the fact that you're a comedian.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my NGO doesn't really want me to talk about
What
that I
they
work
do?
for them
Yeah.
when I'm doing comedy.
Oh, they're not owning. They're not like.
They're
As far as you're concerned, you don't
it's
know
not
Tyler.
sponsored by them, but
For real.
yeah.
They don't even want you on their brochure or anything.
Yeah, I don't think they want like Kenya's third best white comic works for us. That's not that interesting.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah.
So, what parts of Kenya do you guys work in? Do you go like in
We work all
remote?
over East Africa. So for work, I was in Goma like last year.
In Goma in Congo
yeah.
Is it
not
wa-
last year? Right before the war. Yeah.
before it broke out there
Right
because there's
before.
war there right now.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like there was war then before, but they were just like, that's just normal life. It was craziness.
What's that?
Like, have you ever been to Goma?
No.
No. The airport was nuts, man. It was like, the airport is like, you walk up, they're like, there's no electricity in the airport. You like check your bag and they just write you a little note and they hand you the bag. And then they like write on your bag, Nairobi, on like duct tape and throw it in a pile. And you're just like, fingers crossed.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's why there's like there's no lights and there's like there's like a chain that sort of separates half of it. And you have to pay a fee to leave the country. But the like line to pay a fee is so crazy, people start getting in fistfights to pay the fee to get out. Like here's a scam I got scammed. There were like 5 scams that I was told to avoid in the airport. I avoided a bunch of them, but I went to go through and they let me see your passport. They flip through and the guy takes the stamps me to leave. Great. I wait for the flight. I get ready to get on the flight. The guy says, "Let me see your stamp." I open the book. There's no stamp. I'm like, I just watched him stamp my passport. Turns out he didn't push it all the way down. So then his friend goes, "Well, you can't leave without a stamp. Will you give me $20? And I go back and get your stamp." And I was like, "Oh man, they got me.
They got me
They got
good.
like 50 things like that." Yeah, I was going to get on the.
So they both make money. That guy and then this guy.
Exactly. One guy doesn't push all the way. The next guy
That guy gets 20.
threatens you and stuff, and yeah, the next guy gets 20. And then I'm walking in the plane, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to get out of the country. Like, I think I can finally get on. I can see the jumbo jet right there. And then the baggage handler guy stops me. He goes, "How much does that watch cost?" And I'm like, "Oh my god! Like, let me get on the plane." So
What does he care about your watch?
he
and how-
wanted my watch.
He wanted it.
Yeah.
He just wanted you to take it off and give him.
Yeah.
It's a weird culture over there.
That's wild. So
So if there's no electricity in the airport, is there any electricity anywhere there?
I think there's some electricity in the airport. Like, I don't know. I mean, they even put your bag through.
So where do you stay in
belt?
Goma?
The belt ran. My bag did go through the machine, but when I was checking in, there was no lights or anything. Yeah.
So where do you stay when you go to Goma?
Oh, like there's other parts of Goma where anywhere there's NGOs and UN, there's nice hotels.
It's
Simple.
like an oasis in all the chaos.
Yeah. The place up by the Somali border where there's the big refugee settlement.
Yeah.
Really nice hotels for all the NGO people who come to visit. So there's a nice place to stay.
So okay, when you're in Goma, occasionally it's just like a breakout of gunshots and screams. It's just chill.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I feel like when I'm around, people
God.
feel safer. Like I was on a boat going to one of the projects, and the M23 will pretend to be NGOs, so they pull you over to like see who you are. But if you've got a Mzungu in your boat, they're like, you're probably not M23. So I'm kind of helpful to have around, I think.
You're safer. You're safer. It's safer when you're there.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's wild. So where else did we go? I mean, I was in rural Liberia for a while. It was really funny. I was like, I don't think they'd really seen like white people before, because they kept coming up to me and saying like, "Hey, Chinese man," like this.
The people in Liberia.
Because they're like, "You're light skinned, so you're probably Chinese," because they had never really met white people recently.
Shit. So, what exactly are you doing in this like? Really, like, I don't say if it's impoverished parts of like Africa, but like it's.
Oh, the nonprofit. Well, we like give people aid, and I work in communication, so I go around and like, bring journalists, or like we shoot videos and that kind of thing.
First time you started working in this place, is it like shock to you? Like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, I've never been to Africa
poverty.
until I got this job, when I was like in my 30s. So I had this image in my brain, actually, like of like everything I knew about Africa growing up was like basically Lagos in my mind. Like I had like
Lagos in Nigeria.
TV, like movies about this crazy city and all these noise and traffic and music and all this stuff.
A bunch of people.
Yeah, and then the first place they flew me, where I landed, was Kigali. So I got off the plane in Kigali. I was like, "What the fuck?
It's pretty over here.
New York. There's no street food. Everyone wears their helmets. No one like is loud. It was just I was so confused." So then I went from Kigali to Nairobi, and I was like, "This is what I was hoping for." I was driving around. It's my first night.
Immediately you get to Nairobi, I was like, "Okay, now this is Africa."
Yeah, well, this is like a starter pack Lagos. This is like chill Lagos.
Oh shit!
It has some of the vibe, but it was much.
This is like phase 1 Lagos, stage 1 type Lagos.
Yeah, exactly. I can't go straight to the source. Like I would get sucked under. But
what part of Nairobi did you go for? Like
I remember driving. They were still finishing the expressway, and so I was driving somewhere around here on Waiyaki at night in a taxi, and the guys were just above welding, and the sparks from the welding were falling down and hitting the windshield of the taxi and like flying off of them. And I was like, "This is Africa. Like, this is the shit I wanted."
This is the shit I
was
want.
like, "This is a little dangerous, like a little crazy,
a little on edge, Kiasi. You don't feel quite safe, but it's safe."
I know. But I still haven't even really been to West Africa, so I don't even know what.
You've never been to West Africa.
I don't know what I'm in for.
You just have that mental image you've always had of
And I meet
Lagos.
Nigerians here. You guys are so scared of Nigerians. That's the thing I know about Kenya.
What do you mean scared?
I feel like the only thing that intimidates Kenyan men is when a Nigerian man is around.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Say that again.
The only thing that intimidates Kenyan men is like when there's a Nigerian dude in the mix.
Yeah.
It's like shit. He's gonna be like louder, funnier.
Shit!
He's gonna scam better than me. He's got more money to show off than me.
All
the women start giggling. It's like there's something about the Nigerians.
You might be onto something, because Kenyan men are way too opinionated about like Nigerians.
Yeah.
They're so quick to have negative opinions.
Like what ICE is doing in America, y'all are gonna start doing Nigerians. You're gonna specifically get rid of the Nigerians because you're scared they're taking your shit.
I don't think it's gonna come to that though.
I don't know.
Okay.
They are bad motherfuckers. You gotta
The
admit.
Nigerians.
Yeah. I ain't never met like nerdy Nigerian, quiet, shy Nigerian. Never.
They're just like out like.
Yeah, they're just out. They're stunning. Yeah.
You're right though.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you're at a club and there's a table with one guy and 5 women and a hookah and all this stuff, walk over. Yeah, he's from Lagos.
I used to work with this. I used to work as a photographer late last year. I did a lot of club gigs.
Oh.
Yes.
Were you just shooting people's butts and stuff at night?
No. So there was an agency that had contacted me and my friend to do activations. Like they're selling products. They're selling Hennessy.
Or Hennessy. Okay.
Yeah, they're selling like bottles like Hennessy. So they're doing activations. They want to see guys enjoying.
So pick up your cup. I'm you. I'm just here.
No, it's more like I'm picking up and I'm drinking and then I'm smiling.
That's great. Spit it back in the cup. I gotta do it again.
No, I'd be like, no, pour it now. Pour it slowly. And then I'm like,
okay.
So that was me. So I was doing a lot of those, like in some of the upscale clubs in Nairobi.
What did you see?
A bunch of Nigerians with like really hot, like really hot chicks.
And then they're like, shoot me, get camera of me.
They're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Very generous, very expansive. Like, you want to drink? I'm like, I'm walking. Drink something.
Drink something. Yeah.
But like Kenyans would be so quick to be like, oh, these are scammers, man. And they're like, immediately they're like, of course their money is not legit. So you're onto something when you say like,
it's money. It's money. I'm not saying where it came from, but it's legit if it pays for something, right? It's like, this is like, growing up in America, you hear like 3 things about Africa. The Nigerian princes have scammed your grandma. That like, what else do you hear? You hear about Madonna comes here to get her kids. Those are basically the 2 things you know.
Madonna comes here to get their kids, and the Nigerians,
and then Nigerians
coming
will
online.
Scam your grandma. Yeah.
Are they still doing that?
I feel like no. I feel like they moved on to more sophisticated stuff.
There's a show that there's this girl I know. She loves a show called 90 Day Fiancé. You ever heard of it?
Oh yeah, that shit is a good. Yeah, that's a good scam show. Yeah,
That's another thing where
it's
Nigerians are just
it's some like
scamming.
25-year-old Nigerian guy telling like fat 60-year-old
Yes.
disabled woman in America, like,
Yes.
baby, I love you, baby, this is real. And then they cut to her and she's like, I'm not sure he really likes me. yeah, that show's
It's just the same old thing. It's
he
just a
keeps
bunch
forgetting my name. Yeah.
Yes, it's just like a lot of that. It's like Nigerians, they're just. But like Nigeria is like the population is so many people.
Yeah, 250 million people.
So maybe it creates something in your mind as a Nigerian. You're like, I have to make my own way.
Yeah, exactly. Here, there's room to chill.
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
you guys got 16 million people or something?
In Nairobi?
In Kenya,
In Kenya, it's 56.
56?
Yes.
I was wrong.
Yeah, you by a long.
All right, but that's still 1/5 of Nigeria in like basically the same size country.
That's actually like, you know how many people in Congo?
How many?
100 million.
Wow. But that place is huge. It's like half
Yeah,
the
it's
continent.
huge. But it's like, there's like forests and stuff.
Yeah. I've been getting educated on the Congo shit.
You?
Yeah, I was learning about Patrice
Lumumba.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you know about?
Well, you know, the more you read as an American, the worse things get.
So the CIA had a hand in.
You're like, Eisenhower killed him, and I think
So then the CIA,
Yeah, and then the
Eisenhower.
and then the CIA, they did that too. And you're kind of hard pressed to find one bad thing that happened where we weren't kind of involved.
Yeah.
So I had to I gotta get up on.
But
that
you
shit.
guys used to be like, yes, you used to do like evil stuff, but you guys used to be badass as a country, man.
What do you mean? You were happy with the movies we made were good,
Not
so we
happy,
could kill
like-
whoever we want.
Not just happy, you just used, America used to be so fucking, like just regime change. Even what you did with Maduro,
Yeah.
that shit is gangsta
Oh,
as
so
fuck.
you were with us until last month.
No,
Okay.
I've never been
the
with
brand
you.
was good until.
The brand has always been like you've always, like the CIA dips its foot like Nelson Mandela was hiding comfortably for so long from the apartheid government,
Yeah.
until the CIA was like, all right, we know where he is.
Yeah, you want us to tell you? Yeah.
Yeah, you want us to tell you?
I know.
Like, you see, like you guys used to be like, you
People
used to
always
have-
think I'm in the CIA when I'm here.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you in the CIA? How can I benefit? I'm not gonna rat. No one's watching
I'm
this.
not in the CIA.
For real.
No, I'm not in the CIA, dude. I'm too soft. I just went over this.
I don't think they need tough motherfuckers in the CIA. They just need
What do
you
you think
to
the CIA is doing in Nairobi? They just keeping an eye on everybody, or what's
First
the
of
main
all, there's
goal?
that whole Minnesota thing about like, I don't know, see, like,
What, the Somalis?
yeah. So
okay.
there's talks that a lot of them invested their money back here, and there's like maybe they'll be like looking how to get the money back, a
Yeah, they're
huge
trying
chunk
to,
of it.
yeah, they're watching them on set. They're just keeping an eye on the Somalis.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're probably doing that. Also, they're probably anywhere China is, we're watching. Like, I think there's just a bunch of CIA who watch the Chinese.
But right now
they
it
build
seems
all the
like
buildings.
It seems like right now it's like more Israel than you guys. It's like Israel is like the
Israel's
shadowy
here?
duck. No, like Israel pulling the strings, man.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, they have an interesting history in Africa too.
Yeah,
Because they were like,
yeah.
they like helped get Idi Amin in power. Because they like Idi Amin would like keep an eye on Sudan and
Yeah.
all this shit. Anyways, this is why reading is bad for Americans.
Yeah, you
Like-
eventually realize we were onto some
You really
crazy
learn
shit.
anything we ever did that was cool. They taught you in school, and so everything in the books that you missed is all the bad stuff.
What would they teach you in school about what you guys did?
I mean, they even can spin anything when you're growing up in America. Like even slavery is kind of spun as like, isn't it amazing we ended it? And I'm like, yeah, but we started it too. But they're like, no, but we ended it. you know?
They spin slavery. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
it's
get-
an
these people
amazing
are uncivilized.
moment.
They didn't have hospitals.
We talk a lot about World War II because that was like pretty much a big W for us.
The big thing,
We like invented everything and everything.
freedom. Like the big thing with you guys is like we are the founders of we are the fathers of true freedom.
Yeah,
With liberty and stuff.
freedom and abundance. We rebuilt Europe after the war, all that stuff. Those are the big myths you learn.
Okay.
Every president is like when you're growing up, it's very common to have a placemat, like a plastic placemat you eat your cereal on, with a picture of all 43 presidents on it.
Really?
With their names, and you're always growing up looking at like each of these men, and then you learn about how amazing they all
Who's
were.
the most revered for like a regular average American? Who's like the GOAT president?
Lincoln is pretty cool
Oh.
because he ended slavery. Washington is cool because he beat the British. George Washington.
Okay.
The guy's on the money. The guy's on the money.
The guys?
The guy's on the money.
Ah,
Those are the
okay.
guys on the money.
Just the two of them. No one recently.
No, recently, I mean, I feel like everyone's just upset about everybody recently.
Yeah. What about Bill and maybe Reagan or something?
Reagan?
Yeah. I think he's beloved.
Maybe. I mean, I think a lot of people miss when Republicans were like kind of normal and predictable like Reagan, but
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of him. He was definitely the hottest president other than Obama.
Because he used to be like an actor and stuff.
The recent guys,
LA.
Reagan was a fucking snack, for sure.
For real.
Really hot, especially when he was younger.
That's what you like.
Great hairline. Okay. Even his wife was pretty hot.
Who's Reagan's? Nancy.
In her day.
Okay,
in her day.
but
They got elected when they're older, but like back in the day, like that was just basically people picking the hottest president they could.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Do you think like that's a thing everywhere in the world or just
Doesn't
in the
seem
US?
to be here.
What are you saying about our president? He's a handsome chap. He's lost weight. No, he's not.
Is he on Ozempic?
I don't know, apparently. And he takes offense to people saying he's thin now.
Yeah.
He's coming out with
Why
flamethrowers.
did his daughter turn out so ugly?
His daughter?
Yeah, she's tough looking.
You think?
Yeah. Last time when I was first here,
Yeah.
every comic had a joke about her forehead.
Yeah.
Every single comic would get up and do something about Rio's daughter's forehead.
Yeah, it always
Everything I know about Kenyan politics, I just learned from watching y'all's sets. I don't ever read the newspaper. I just sort of watched it progress.
So what do you think? What do you like based on what you hear from us, or just people, Kenyans that
There's
on
one
average,
political opinion.
which is what?
Ruto must go.
That's the prevailing.
That's it.
Are you talking to people with more nuanced stances? Like, are there people who are like more balanced? Like, there's this.
I think the other thing I notice is y'all are so cynical. You don't believe in any politicians.
Yeah.
Like, I think that surprised me the most is like everyone I talk to, there's like, no one believes in these guys. Like, you guys read a lot and pay attention, but it's like, I think in America, like, we think a lot of politicians are bad, but your guy, you always think they're different. They're really going to be good. Like, you believe in Obama or you believe in like Ilhan Omar or these kinds of people.
Is that you're saying that's in America?
That's us. When you come here, every Kenyan thinks every politician, no matter what
it's
party,
horrible. It's driven by money.
Corrupt, idiot, incompetent. Nothing will get better. I've never met an optimistic Kenyan about politics.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Tell me who.
No, you're right.
Tell me who inspire. Yeah, like they don't inspire you. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you would never have the placemat.
Never.
A placemat with 10 pictures of Moy, and then a couple of the last guys.
Heck no.
No.
I don't remember one president who was like beloved.
No. Just about who can be in power, all that stuff. And then I also had to learn about tribe.
It is a huge aspect,
stuff.
yeah.
Because like in America, they'll be like, oh, politics are getting so tribal. Because like, it's not that you follow the politics, you just think Trump is your guy and like you love him.
Yeah.
They'll say that all the time in America. It's so tribal now. I was like, oh, okay. And then I came here, I'm like, no. This is tribal.
But the crazy thing is Kenyans like to think and assume, especially young Kenyans, that they're not tribal. They're very tribal.
You think so?
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like Nairobi gives me hope. I meet a lot there's a lot of like mixed tribe kids here, their parents are from different tribes.
There's a lot of that, but it very rarely changes. Like during election time, everyone just coalesces around their candidate.
They go back to their thing.
Yeah, they go back. But anyway, it's whatever that is. I don't know. Maybe it's the nature of politics.
So I learned that from you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Justine's show. Learn a lot from Justine's show.
Yeah. At least she puts a funny twist to some of this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.